Each of these leaders of these religious systems, they took the Creator's truth, transformed it into a lie, fashioning it into their own liking, and then they passed off this twisted version of the Creator's truth off to their people to continue to take advantage of the people. It will be the Christians of Christianity, established by the European Gentiles of the beast nations of Rome and America, that will be the primary culprits that would successfully and deceptively transform the Creator's real one truth into a lie that will result in mass billions to be terribly deceived for close to 2,000 years. Can your mind fathom this truth? The fact, however, is that all of these false systems of religion only bring forth another gospel and another Messiah, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4, that was not witnessed or testified to by any of the biblical Hebrew Israelite prophets of the Old Testament or any of the Hebrew Israelite apostles of the New Testament. They all spoke of and taught the same one truth of their one and only true biblical Hebrew Israelite Messiah. All of these others have gone forth and merely transformed the true biblical Hebrew Israelite Messiah into their own image, first giving him their own polluted name, then changing his image, and then applying to him their own twisted false teachings, thereby in the end deceptively giving him a complete false identity. This is what the truth of the Bible prophesied was going to happen, and so it has. Again, have you been able to truly escape all of these lies, thereby saving yourself from this untoward generation? Luke chapter 21 verse 36, Acts chapter 2 verse 40. As part of Messiah's salvation plan, he allows all the culprits to set up all of their false physical worship places, thereby operating within the camp, the mainstream of every society. Therefore, none of them will have come out of her, thereby not entering into the wilderness. This makes each and every one of them Satan's servants, all transformed into angels of light. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 14 through 15. As they go forth with another gospel and another Messiah, 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 4, thereby telling lie after lie after lie, Revelations 21 verse 8, they all do away with God's ultimate one real truth, that of walking in the law of Moses by the spirit thereof. All of the worshipers, blind as sheep, that receive these servants of Satan and any aspect, sect, or denomination of their false religious or political systems that are full of nothing but confusion and division, again Babylon, they all comprise of Satan's children. 1 John chapter 3 verse 10. It is in this way that Satan has deceived the whole world. Revelations 12 verse 9. Again, it is in this way, through all of these false religious systems of division and confusion, that Satan has deceived the whole world. Revelations 12:9. They are all nothing but tares, deceived worshipers, trying to pass themselves off as wheat, the Father's true spiritual children, who are only rejected and persecuted, societal outcasts hiding out in the wilderness. You can look at the following scriptural texts that will certify that statement. Matthew 13:25, Isaiah 56:8, Isaiah 27:13, Psalms 147:2, John 16:1-4, and Ezekiel 11-16. Messiah's plan is to continue to build his kingdom, or his one true church, which is not any part of the fraudulent Christian church, by calling each one of his elect out of mystery Babylon and into the wilderness to be with him, his remnant of true children, and his Holy Spirit, Matthew 16:18, who are all willingly a part of his righteous theocracy. So, all of the physical worship places within the camp are being used as testing vehicles to see who really loves God and his one truth, even if one has to stand by himself, as opposed to who really loves man and his lying traditions. Once all the elect unto the first resurrection have come out of her, Messiah will now proceed forward to secretly deliver his one true church by regathering them unto himself, Romans 11:25-26, from their scattered places in the wilderness. He will then physically return to this earth to then get the last of his remaining wheat from amongst the tares, still being caught up in Mystery Babylon the Great, which is Satan's dominion. Once gathering in the last part of his one body, Messiah will then set things back up on the earth in their righteous and natural order, thereby doing yet another work of restoration. Acts 3, verse 21. It will be the true biblical Hebrew Israelite Messiah, and not one of those many imposters, that will return back to this earth for his second advent. Mark 13, verse 6 and verse 22. Matthew 24:24. He will return with all of his delivered saints of the first resurrection in order to physically establish his present spiritual Israelite kingdom or church that he's been building since the days of Adam, right here on this earth. Daniel 7, verses 18 and 27, which is what the one true gospel entails. Mark chapter 1, verse 15. In other words, the very righteous law of Moses, by the spirit thereof, that every nation and so-called church or religious system is doing away with, will at this time be kept by all nations that remain, which will not include the present state of America and Israel, once Messiah returns. As Messiah and his true saints take over the earth, thereby starting the next world age number 3, the millennium, the first thing Messiah will do is to dethrone the beast and the false prophet, thereby officially ending this world age number 2, post-Noah era, thereby differentiating the two from world age number 1 of Adam's day. It will be on Judgment Day, and we of Messiah's elect know specifically when this will take place, that Messiah will righteously judge the works of Satan's deceived servants, easily removing both of them out of the way so he can plant in their vacated positions his righteous servants, the 144,000 of the first resurrection. So out goes the beast and the false prophet, all of the world's collectively lying preachers, teachers, and politicians, and in comes the resurrected saints, the 144,000. He and they will now rule over all of the earth's billions of inhabitants that allowed Satan's servants to deceive them. Therefore, both the beast and the false prophet will be righteously judged and cast into the lake of fire at this time. Revelations 19:20. So being cast into the lake of fire